Hey there, Marvel fans! Ever wondered just how many hidden gems are tucked away in your favorite superhero flicks? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the craziest multiverse adventure yet, Deadpool and Wolverine. With tons of Easter eggs, cameos, and references, you're in for a wild ride. Trust me, you won't want to miss a second of this. But before we jump in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to Intriguing Facts for more epic breakdowns of your favorite movies and shows. Needing a variant Wolverine to save his universe, Deadpool's desperately trying to save those he cares about before a faction of the Time Variance Authority destroys his entire reality. This results in an epic adventure for Deadpool and Wolverine, which sees the dynamic duo interacting with major elements from the MCU, Fox's X-Men universe, and beyond. As such, here are some Easter eggs, references, and cameos we managed to find in Marvel's new Deadpool and Wolverine. Alright, so the movie kicks off with a bang. Deadpool pops up right inside the classic Marvel Studios animated logo and starts humming the epic MCU fanfare that we've all been jamming to since 2016. It's the perfect mix of Deadpool's humor and a nod to Marvel fans everywhere. Next up, we get a hilarious meta moment where Deadpool chats about how the third movie almost didn't happen because of Disney buying 20th Century Fox in 2019. Yep, the X-Men rights went back to Marvel Studios, and luckily it all worked out for this epic team-up. Now, this one's a shocker. Deadpool digs up Wolverine's grave, complete with the iconic cross from Logan that Laura Kinney turned into an X. It's funny, it's shocking, and it's a great nod to Wolverine's legacy while setting up the film's irreverent tone. Remember Deadpool 2's post-credits scene where Wade messes with time to save his friends? Well, the TVA shows up to arrest Deadpool for all those timeline crimes. It's chaotic, it's hilarious, and it's so Deadpool. Before Deadpool uses Logan's adamantium bones as weapons, he jokes about having 207 bones when watching Gossip Girl. Why? Because it stars his wife, Blake Lively. Classic Deadpool humor right there. Deadpool and Wolverine kicks off with an iconic scene where Deadpool is busting out the original choreography of NSYNC's Bye 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 while taking on some guards. This idea might have come from the Ashes music video, the soundtrack for Deadpool 2, where Deadpool tells Celine Dion she should sing worse. Then he jokes that he should have just called NSYNC instead. Flashback time. Wade's at the Avengers compound on Earth 616, interviewing for a spot with the Avengers back in 2018, just before Infinity War. Connecting Deadpool to the larger MCU timeline? Yes, please! And speaking of that interview, guess who he's talking to? Jon Favreau's Happy Hogan. This marks his 9th MCU appearance, and his banter with Deadpool is pure gold. During the interview, Deadpool reveals he's been to Stark Tower wearing Hulk hands. And yes, he hints at some NSFW acts with them. Only Deadpool, right? Happy's office is a treasure trove of MCU memorabilia. Here's what you can find. Captain America Shield prototype, Pepper Potts Forbes magazine cover, Agent Coulson's Captain America cards, Mark II Iron Man helmet, engraved arc reactor from the first Iron Man, Tony Stark and Peter Parker photo, covered by Kid's Iron Man helmet, Ultron Iron Man mask, Iron Man Mark V briefcase, Stark Expo poster, 1943. One standout Easter egg is the photo of Tony Stark with Peter Parker from Endgame, but with Spidey blocked by a toy Iron Man helmet. It's a clever way to sneak in Tom Holland's Spider-Man while dodging those pesky Sony licensing issues. Deadpool hilariously confirms that X-Force and Cable didn't test well with focus groups. This is his cheeky explanation for why they don't feature heavily in Deadpool and Wolverine, and why Cable isn't in the movie at all. It's classic Deadpool breaking the fourth wall and giving us a wink. While being recruited by the TVA, Deadpool notices several monitors playing scenes from the MCU, heavily focused on Chris Evans' Captain America. This sets up a key twist later in the movie and ties into Deadpool's canonical love for Steve Rogers in the comics. Seeing Deadpool salute Captain America footage is both hilarious and heartfelt. One monitor uses repurposed footage from Thor, The Dark World, with the God of Thunder holding Deadpool instead of Loki. Teased by Mr. Paradox to be a moment from the distant future, it could be hinting at a scene from Avengers Secret Wars. Seeing Thor hold Deadpool is a hilarious and mind-blowing potential crossover moment that fans will love. Paradox reveals a fascinating new facet of the multiverse. Every reality has anchor beings who tether reality and prevent its collapse. In Deadpool's timeline, it was Wolverine whose death in Logan resulted in the gradual deterioration of his universe. This revelation adds depth to the story and highlights Wolverine's crucial role. Still talking about Wade's interview with Happy Hogan, it's important to note that this moment happens just before the events of Avengers Infinity War. Remember, Thanos' snap, which wiped out half of all life in the universe, took place in 2018. This makes Wade's attempt to join the Avengers even more poignant and tragically funny. Deadpool and Wolverine goes all out with its references to the Mad Max franchise. It all starts when Wade comments that the Void looks like the desert from Mad Max, only to quickly note that it couldn't be since it's a completely different franchise. The joke doesn't stop there, though. We see vehicles reminiscent of those from Mad Max driving through the Void, and Wade even mentions Furiosa. It's a hilarious and clever nod to another iconic post-apocalyptic world. And speaking of the Void, it's filled with some iconic Marvel artifacts. You can spot a silver-winged helmet belonging to Thor from the comics, half buried in the desert sand. There's also Hydra's version of Captain America's shield, the 20th Century Fox sign, and a massive shield helicarrier. These details add layers of fun and nostalgia for keen-eyed viewers. When Wade sets out to find a suitable Wolverine to replace Logan as the anchor of Earth 1005, he encounters multiple versions of the character. Each variant is inspired by different comic book versions of Wolverine, featuring some of the fan-favorite iterations. It's a tribute to Wolverine's rich history in the comics and a treat for hardcore fans. In a twist, it's not Deadpool who ends up in a Jesus-like pose, but one of the Wolverines. This scene directly references the iconic comic The Uncanny X-Men numbered to 251 from 1989, where Wolverine is crucified on an X. It's a bold and dark homage that fans of the comics will instantly recognize. One of the most exciting moments for fans is seeing Wolverine in his classic yellow costume from the 1980s. Designed by John Byrne, this iconic outfit made a comeback in the 2000s animated series X-Men Evolution. Seeing it on the big screen is a nostalgic treat that pays homage to Wolverine's rich comic book history. Another notable Wolverine variant in the movie is Weapon X, who appears long-haired and missing a hand. This version is inspired by the comics from the Age of Apocalypse. Seeing this gritty, battle-worn Wolverine adds a deeper layer of comic lore to the film. And let's not forget the Wolverine called Path. This version of Logan missing one eye is seen in the movie and is a nod to the storyline where Wolverine goes undercover in Madripoor. It's another fantastic reference for comic book fans who love deep cuts. One of the coolest references happens when Wolverine's claw reflects the image of Hulk, just like on the cover of The Incredible Hulk number 340. This iconic image is a favorite among comic book fans and adds an extra layer of nostalgia and excitement to the movie. One of the most entertaining moments in the movie is seeing Henry Cavill as one of the Wolverines from different timelines. The actor, who played Superman in the DCEU, makes a brief but epic appearance as Cavillerine. It's a fun and surprising crossover that fans of both Marvel and DC will surely appreciate. Speaking of epic cameos, Chris Evans surprises everyone by appearing not as Captain America, but as the Human Torch from the 2005 and 2007 Fantastic Four movies. Seeing Evans in this role again is a hilarious nod to his Marvel history and a fun twist for fans who remember him as both heroes. Tyler Mane returns as Sabretooth in Deadpool and Wolverine, marking his first appearance since the 2000 X-Men movie. While fans might have expected Liev Schreiber, who played Sabretooth in X-Men Origins Wolverine, it's Mane who takes up the mantle once more, adding to the nostalgia of this multiverse mashup. In the comics, Dogpool is part of the Deadpool Corps. This character went through horrific cosmetic experiments before becoming a mutant dog. In the movie, Dogpool is instantly adored by Deadpool. This pup, whose real name is Peggy the Pug Ease, won the title of the UK's ugliest dog in 2023. Peggy, a pug and Chinese crested mix, is 5 years old and was adopted at 6 months. Now, she's a Hollywood star. Nicepool is a hilarious creation by Ryan Reynolds, who wanted to explore the opposite of Deadpool. Played by Reynolds himself, this kind-hearted Deadpool sports a samurai bun, lives a sustainable lifestyle, and cracks jokes about the good vibes lifestyle. Nicepool is the ultimate parody of wellness culture, and his interactions with Deadpool are comedy gold. One of the most crowd-pleasing moments is the appearance of Blade, Elektra, and Gambit. Wesley Snipes reprises his role as Blade, who first hit the big screen in 1998. Jennifer Garner returns as Elektra, who starred in her own 2005 spin-off from Daredevil. And Channing Tatum finally debuts as Gambit, a role that had long been rumored. These cameos bring together some of the most beloved and anticipated characters in the Marvel Universe. We have an older Laura Kinney, also known as X-23, played by Daphne Keane. After bringing everyone together, it's Laura who finally convinces Logan to join them in their attack against Cassandra. X-23 is back rocking the classic kitty sunglasses in Deadpool and Wolverine, the same ones she wore in Logan. She swipes the accessory from a store while on the run with Wolverine and Xavier. The mystery is finally revealed. Lady Deadpool, one of Deadpool's variants, is voiced by none other than Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds' wife. While we don't see her face, her voice is unmistakable for fans of Gossip Girl. This fun nod adds an extra layer of charm to the film. When Deadpool and Wolverine are taken to the hero's hideout in the void, we see some intriguing references to past Marvel films. One standout is the statue of Scarlet Witch dominating the Darkhold, just like in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. There's also Hulk's bed from Sakaar, a direct nod to Thor Ragnarok. These details are a delightful treat for fans who love spotting connections across the MCU. Even though Stan Lee is no longer with us, his cameos in Marvel movies continue to be a cherished tradition. In Deadpool and Wolverine, we spot the creator of our favorite heroes on a bus where various Deadpool variants are fighting at the end of the film. If you love discovering these hidden gems and want more awesome movie breakdowns, don't forget to subscribe to Intriguing Facts. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay tuned for more amazing content.